Hey guys, how's everything going? Welcome to Game Dudu's channel. Speaking of metal handhelds, apart from the newly arrived RG350m, do you remember GKD350H aluminum that's released in 2019? Fans of metal shells just can't get happier. So, people keep making comparisons of these two devices since a long time ago. But how about the metal version? Let's do it today. Picking it up, no obvious difference in their weights. They're both hefty and feel strong. They are in a similar size. When I grab on GKD like this, I can feel the angular cutting on the edges. But RG350m is rounded at the back edges and feels smooth. Though they're all metal, GKD is an all-metal covered device and all the buttons are metallic, even the analog. Feels more integrated. As for RG350m, it has a metallic case, but buttons are plastic and analogs are rubber wrapped. You definitely notice their color. I've seen the metal gray version of GKD, and this one is red and gold. RG350m has got a gray one too, plus a pale blue one which I've never seen. And this one is called rose gold. They're both unique, and it's not fair to make a comparison of them. It's like comparing your Iron Man model to your rose gold iPhone. It's just weird. GKD's overall shell design accords with minimalism. The only text printing on it is down on the right bottom. But for RG350m, some would find the big Ambernick logo distracting down the screen. Personally, I opt for RG350m's build quality because GKD seems to be more like a handcrafted work. Anyway, they both feel premium and deluxe, no doubt. It's impressive to have a metallic cap on an analog. It doesn't stick 100% onto the analog, you can spin it around like this, but it's easy to control. The surface of the cap is sunken, exactly the same design as Nintendo 3DS XL. This feels good, however, its single stick is inferior to RG350m's dual switch analog that can do a better job in PS1 games. Also, its rubber surface offers more friction when your fingers hold the analog. In case you don't know, plastic GKD only gets 2 shoulder buttons, but the metal one gets 4. We will talk about them later. The shoulder buttons are all made in metal, rise slightly from the shell but can be easily pressed. They don't fit perfectly with the slots and will shake when I touch it gently. As for the D-pad and ABXY buttons, they're pretty clicky, and if you're into mechanical keyboard, you might like the touch. But if I press frequently on its D-pad, it might get stuck, which is a fly in the ointment. RG350m's shoulder buttons are plastic, like the rest of its buttons, but I have to press a little harder on it than on GKD's. Other buttons are responsive and give great bouncing when pressing on them. The only thing I feel inconvenient about GKD is that it doesn't have volume buttons. I haven't figured them out yet. But as you can see, on RG350m, the volume buttons are on the left-hand side of the machine. Quite handy. Speaking of that, there's only a single speaker on GKD, and there are 2 speakers down on the bottom of RG350m and are towards me. There's only one TF card slot on GKD, while its system card is internal. No reset button could be spotted. On RG350m, the system card is external along with an extended TF card slot. The reset button can be accessed easily. If you're not bored by figures, GKD is chipped with a 1.9 GHz X1830 CPU, while RG350m's a 1 GHz JC4770. In other words, theoretically speaking, GKD runs faster than RG350m. But we need to note that RG350m can handle most games it supports. With a 2300 mAh battery, GKD's battery life is not bad, while RG350m's got a 2500 mAh battery. 1 point to RG350m. We talked about the setting of controls before, so how are they performing in games? Now, GKD has a second pair of LR buttons that make my control in some PS1 titles more flexible. We can compare that in games with its plastic version. RG350m is also with 2 pairs of shoulder buttons, and it's hard to tell which one feels better. But I would say RG350m's more ergonomic, with rounded edges that I can lay my fingers on them. What I really want to mention is the dual analogs on RG350m. When playing games requiring dual analogs, no doubt it can offer better controls. GKD is very powerful in emulating PS1 big titles. It can run games incredibly fluently, has unbelievable high frame rates, and no screen tearing. If you find the display is stretched, you can adjust the ratio in settings. RG350m's not bad in playing most of PS1 games, but skipped frames will occur from time to time. Can't judge much on that, after all, it's only JC4770. Overall, GKD350H runs more fluently than RG350m in PS1 titles, for sure. In other emulations like SNES and GBA, I really can't tell the difference in their performance. I've read many players' reviews and comments saying they don't care much about what kind of shells RG350m is in with the current history CPU. Ain't it a shame? If RG350m runs more fluently, collocating with this design and shell and layout, it's definitely invincible in the retro handheld market. GKD350H has always worked fine for people who don't play the N64 or Dreamcast, but its build quality and button design need to be improved. As for me, I personally prefer RG350m. The metal case upgrade is a good thing. The manufacturer upgrades not only the case but also the layout of the buttons. Check out our RG350m videos if you want to know it in details. RG350m is a good choice, but with the current price still on the high side, most users don't buy it. Is it possible for the manufacturer to make it in a plastic shell later? As long as they keep the price the same as the current RG350. Thanks for watching and see you next time.